We're now going to look at the radioactive decay model. With the radioactive decay model, we can determine how much of a radioactive substance is available after T years. For example, traces of burned wood along with ancient stones in an archaeological dig in Chile were found to contain approximately 1.67% of the original amount of carbon-14. If the half-life of carbon-14 is 5,600 years, approximately when was the tree cut and burned? We're going to use the radioactive decay model. A of t equals a sub 0 e to the kt power, where a sub 0 is the initial amount of the substance, in this case the initial amount of carbon-14. Because of the fact that we know the half-life of carbon-14 is 5,600 years, we know that A of 5,600 is going to equal 1/2 of A sub 0. What that means is that in place of A of t, I put 1/2, the initial amount of the carbon-14, is going to equal the initial amount of carbon-14 times e to the k times t, which is 5,600 power. The a sub zeros cancel, and I'm left with 1/2 equals e to the 5,600 times k power. Rewriting this expression as a log, I get the natural log of 1/2 equals 5,600 times k. Divide both sides by 5,600. I get that k equals the natural log of 1/2 divided by 5,600. The natural log of 1/2 divided by 5,600 is approximately equal to negative 0.000124. So now we know that A of t is going to equal A sub 0 times e to the negative 0.000124 t. Now what we're being asked is to determine approximately when the tree was cut and burned. We're given the fact that 1.67% of the initial amount of carbon-14 is in our sample. So what that means is that A of t is equal to 0.0167 of the initial amount. In place of A of t, I put 0.0167 times the initial amount, and that's going to equal the initial amount times e to the negative 0.000124 t. The a sub zeros cancel, and I'm left with 0.0167 equals e to the negative 0.000124 t. Rewrite this as a log. We get the natural log of 0.0167 equals negative 0.000124 t. Divide both sides by negative 0.000124, and we get that t equals the natural log of 0.0167 divided by negative 0.000124. If we evaluate this expression on our calculator, we get that t is about equal to 33,000, and that's in years. So we would say that the tree was cut and burned about 33,000 years ago.